Morning guys, a bit of a strange one today. I'm going into school. I've got to make some phone calls and log some information on the computer, and then update a few files. So what I'll be doing in a moment, I'll be driving into school, and I'll show you a little bit around school, see what it's like when there's nobody there. Okay, but before we do that, before I get on the move, I just want to give a shout out to a few people. So all the guys at the golf club who've been following, they've been having some fun watching these videos. So hi to you guys, thanks for following. A friend of mine from my old school, Andy Law, up in Birmingham, him and his family, they've been watching quite a few videos. So thanks for watching guys, and hope you're all well. Who have we got? Some friends of mine, John and Dan in particular, okay, JD Sports, yeah, they know who they are. Thanks guys, I hope you guys are well, and hopefully see you soon. And I think that's it for now. So we'll tune in a bit later, but for now I've got to drive my wife's car, because she's cleaned it twice since we've all been at home, but it's not actually been anywhere. So what we'll do, she wants me to take it out, take it for a spin, and also to get some petrol. So we'll be taking my wife's car, so in a moment I'll be driving off, and I'll show you the route into work, and then I'll show you around work as well. All right, see you in a bit guys, bye. Right guys, here we are, the trip into work. Okay, coming up just down here, actually at the weekend, over the Easter weekend, I was out cycling with Chloe, and we cycled down this road towards the car as we travel now. And we actually bumped into a couple of people from school. So if you're watching now guys, yes, that was me. It was just here where those people are there. Okay, it was just here. That was Mr Hutton puffing away on his bike with his daughter. Okay, you weren't mistaken. Right, just coming up into Cheney's village. There's quite a few people from school live in Cheney's village. I doubt they're up at the moment though. And Chloe, she goes to Cheney's school, which is up over there. Okay, so that's where she goes to school at the moment. But hopefully, well, she will be next year. She'll be coming to St Clement Danes. So we'll carry on up through the village. You can really notice the difference in traffic when you come into school. There's barely any traffic on the roads. Quite often in the morning this road will be backed up, especially going all the way back up towards Little Chalfont sometimes. So here we are at school. So here we are guys at school. Okay, as you can see, the playing fields are still being tended to. They look very good at the moment. All right. Barbrolly Hall, yeah, assemblies. And then we come down. Yeah, normally during school time, this time in the morning, there'll be lots of people around. Okay, there's barely anybody here. There's student entrance just there. We've got the main entrance as well. And I'll just swing around to park just to show you the car park itself and the lack of cars that are actually in here. So normally there would be cars all over the place. Right, what we'll do then, I'll take you through the process of getting into school. Is when I come in, normally I wouldn't come in this way, I'd go through student section. But when you come in, you'll notice that you have to sign in. Okay, normally I wouldn't have to sign in because everyone expects me to be in anyway. Right, and I'll take you through the rest of the school. So there was Mrs Warwick on reception there, and there was somebody there, and then we come through So onto the SLT corridor, which some of you will be more familiar with than others. Okay, but a lot of you actually came up here for certificates with Mr Sutherland last year during year 7. So, right, the canteen completely empty. Normally we'd hear the hustle and bustle of the kitchens at this time in the morning, but nothing going on. So you guys would normally see Mrs Richmond. She'd normally be there saying good morning to everybody and cheering everybody up in the morning, but that's closed. So coming into the pastoral hub, just quick turn the lights on. Okay, Mrs McGee, Mrs Colbeck would normally be in the medical room, but there's obviously no one there at the moment. Okay, that's where Mrs Richmond would be. And then we come through into the pastoral hub. Let's just turn the lights on there. Okay, so some of you will have been in here, others won't. So what we've got there, that's Mr McCartney's desk. Okay, and then you've got my desk over there in the corner. And then Mrs Barge's desk there. Okay, if some of you need an overdraft or extra lunch money, she's a lady you come and see. Then we have Mrs Whiteman. Okay, so lots of you know Mrs Whiteman. She is one of our main people in the pastoral hub, and she does a lot of work with a lot of students here. And then over in the corner you got Mr Watkinson, yeah, head of year 7. Okay, you can see the footballs under his desk. And then over here we've got Mr O'Dowd, okay, head of year 11. And then right here, just underneath, we've got Mrs Giles, okay, head of year 9. Okay, and in here we've actually got, there's one room there, second room there, and then the third room at the end. So the room at the end we're looking at now, that's the wellbeing room, and inside there, I'll actually go and show you. We've actually got, and the lights come on, okay. Yeah, you've got some nice bean bags to sit on and some nice chairs there you can sit on. So this is often a room that's used when students aren't feeling particularly happy and they just want a bit of a time out. The other rooms, okay, these tend to be interview rooms or rooms for isolation where students work when they need to be kept away from the rest of the class, okay. And the other room's very similar, so I won't show you that. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to be doing today, I'll be working at the desk here, and I'll be writing up some notes and putting some files on the computer, and then I'll be heading off home. So I've done a bit of work for the day, and I've phoned quite a few students. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go over to the art block. Because I'm going to introduce you to one of the new challenges that we're going to do, which involves transition times between lessons. Okay, so I don't think there's anywhere in school that you can't get from and to during the transition time of 5 minutes that's been allocated. You can see at the moment school is completely empty. There's the LRC, no one in there at the moment. So I'm making my way over to the art block because I think that if we go to the IT room in art, and then from there we try and get to one of the English rooms, I think that's probably the furthest distance that you'd ever have to go from one lesson to another. So we'll see how we get on. Right, here we are. ICT, oh, it's locked. Right, so we can't go in there, but what we'll do is we'll pretend and we'll do it from just outside. Okay,
this is what we're going to do then. So we're right up here in the Arts ICT room, and I reckon the furthest point away in terms of a lesson transition is going to be over here in English 4. All right, so I think the quickest route is going to be around the outside of the school, around the front, because you all line up on the outside of English 4 underneath the cover there. So that's the route we're going to take. Got the stopwatch ready. Okay, I did try and get one from Mr Watkinson's drawer, but it wasn't very good, so we're just going to use my watch instead, my classic Casio watch. So in a moment I'm going to press start, I'm going to gather my stuff, and then I'm going to walk in a slow fashion like a student would all the way around the outside to English 4, and we'll see how long it takes. Off we go. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. Right. Get this timer. Okay. So this time we're going to press the actual start button. Off we go. Right, up to this point here, it's taken nearly a minute, and this is where you got the option of going left through school, or the option I'm going to take, which is right, to go all the way around the outside of the front of school. Right, we've arrived, and 3 minutes 50 seconds. So there's no excuse for you all being late to your lessons. Well, that brings my school day to an end. And what we're doing now is taking you back out of school, and we'll go over, sign out, and then I've got to take my wife's car to go and get some more petrol, and also to do the Tesco shop.